4, 3, 2, 1.
Studio Classroom is recording. Please stand by. Studio Classroom is on the air.
Well, hello there and welcome to Studio Classroom on the air. Thank you so much for joining us here today. My name is Gabe.
And I'm Anne-Marie. Okay, here's our question for you today, friends. Do you feel like you understand animals? What about you, Gabe?
What an odd question. Do I understand animals? I'm thinking about the different pets that I've had in the past, and I love cats.
I do too.
I'm a cat person, you know. But I feel like the only animal I really understood and connected with was my cat, Kitty.
You had a cat named Kitty?
Yeah, well, you know, we basically took her from a friend who left, you know, and so her name was already Kitty. We would have thought of a more original name for her, but we had her for several years, and I really connected with that cat. What about you, Anne-Marie?
Well, I have a cat now, and I would say I understand him pretty well. But he really does love my husband, and I think my husband understands him even more than I do. You know, sometimes cats, they meow or have certain actions, and you can tell by that action or the way they are meowing, you know, what they want.
Yeah, it's true. Well, friends, what about you? Do you feel like you understand animals? And not just cats, of course, but any kind of animal. If you feel like you're in the dark when it comes to communicating with your pet, there's a solution in our lesson today. Our article is called
Animal Communication. That sounds like a great lesson to me. And today is a great day to learn something new.
So let's do that together.
Animal communication. New technology may help us talk to animals. Many pet owners aspire to talk with their animals. After all, if pets were able to talk, people could take care of them more easily and have closer emotional connections to them. So a number of companies are working on devices and apps that could decipher what animals have to say. One such app is called Meow Talk. Using voice recognition software, this app identifies different sounds a cat makes and offers English translations of them. For example, one type of sound might mean "feed me," while another could be translated "let me outside."
Hello everyone, welcome to Language Lab. I'm Jack. 我们首先来看 aspire 这个动词，它的意思是渴望或是有志于。譬如 everyone in that village aspires to get out of poverty. 那个村子里的每个人都渴望能脱离贫穷。或者是 Hillary Clinton aspired to be the first woman president of the United States. Hillary Clinton 有志于成为美国第一位女总统。再举一个例句 Victoria aspires to go to art school in Paris. Victoria 渴望去巴黎的艺术学校就读。接着来看 decipher 这个动词，意思是破解密码或辨认潦草的字迹。例如 Harold found it very difficult to decipher the letter because of Bill's terrible handwriting. Harold 发现要辨读这封信很难，因为 Bill 的字迹很潦草。Decipher 也可以引申为解读，譬如 It is hard to decipher what Sally means to do after she leaves this job. 很难解读 Sally 说她离开这份工作后要做什么是什么意思。或者是 The kids couldn't decipher how their father felt about what they had just done. 儿女们无法理解他们的父亲对于他们刚做的事的想法。All right, let's get back to our teachers.
Thank you, Jack, for helping us use those example sentences to help us decipher the meanings of those words. Well, let's get into our lesson here. Animal communication. New technology may help us talk to animals. Well, Anne-Marie, the first time I read this article, you know what I thought about?
What did you think about?
I thought about a movie, a character from a movie who knew how to communicate with animals.
Oh, was he a doctor?
He was Dr. Dolittle.
Oh, yeah, I remember there's a book about Dr. Dolittle, and I think several movies have been made as well.
Exactly. Friends, if you haven't seen or read Dr. Dolittle, maybe you should do that. Maybe right after, going through this lesson. Well, we read here, many pet owners aspire to talk with their animals. After all, if pets were able to talk, people could take care of them more easily and have closer emotional connections to them. We want to take a look at the phrase after all at the beginning of this sentence. It's used to add information that confirms what you just said.
Here's an example. Don't take what she said too seriously. After all, she's mean to everybody. So if your feelings felt hurt by what that person said, you shouldn't really feel too bad because after all, that means everybody knows, here's some more information, she's not a very nice person.
Exactly. Maybe you could think of another way to use that phrase. Well, let's talk about emotional connections here. Could we also say emotional ties? Or what's the difference between an emotional connection and some emotional ties?
An emotional connection and emotional ties. Well, ties makes me feel that it's a little more permanent, maybe?
Okay, and that might not necessarily be a good thing, right? You might have an attachment to something that's unhealthy.
That's true. But if you have an emotional connection to somebody or to an animal, that's generally seen as a good thing. It means that you have a relationship with them and maybe you understand each other.
Yeah, exactly. Well, friends, we continue here. So a number of companies are working on devices that could decipher what animals have to say. Now, the use of that phrase to work on, these companies are working on devices. That means that these devices or these programs or apps are in development. They're being developed right now.
There's an interesting phrase here in this sentence that I want to talk about. It says they could decipher what animals have to say. The reason I want to talk about it is I have a question. Do you think that animals have a lot to say?
No, some dogs have a lot to bark and some cats have a lot to meow. But I guess they don't have a lot to say. Is that what you mean by that?
I mean, if they could talk, do you think they would have a lot of thoughts that they would want to talk about? You know, some people have a lot to say.
Yeah.
Some people really like to talk.
Well, they say elephants never forget. So if an elephant could talk, maybe he'd say, hey, I remember you. Or something like that.
Maybe.
I don't know what they would say. I really don't. Like,
Yeah.
Would they say, hey, stop bothering me? Would they say, I'm hungry? Would they say, please let me in or please let me out? There's a lot of things animals might say.
That's right, and we are going to learn about some of these devices and apps today. First, we are going to learn about an app called Meow Talk. Now, Meow Talk is really interesting because as soon as I heard about this app, I went and downloaded it.
Oh, you've downloaded Meow Talk, have you?
I have. This app uses voice recognition software. It identifies different sounds a cat makes and offers English translations of them.
Oh, very interesting. So do you think that it's accurate? Or...
Well, when you first download the app, you make a profile for your cat.
Okay.
So in case you have multiple cats, you can have different profiles for them.
How great. That's
Yeah.
like how people like buy a bunch of different costumes for their dogs. Now you can make a profile for your animal.
Well, you can put your cat's name and its age and what breed it is on the app. And then when it meows, you record when it's meowing.
Okay, so you record when it's meowing. And so you've done this with your cat.
I have. So far, the only things my cat has said are, hey there, and howdy. So he just says hi.
He just says hi to you guys. So nothing like feed me or let me outside like our lesson says?
Maybe when he's meowing those things, I'm not recording him, I'm taking care of him. So that's why I've never caught those things before.
Oh, right. Sounds like a very low maintenance cat. Well, we have more to learn about Meow Talk and other things later. However, right now it's time for us to go to today's Info Cloud.
Welcome to InfoCloud, everyone. Are you an animal lover? I am. I have a pet cat.
Well, does your cat listen to you? Like, for example, you tell it not to jump on the table.
No, no. My cat doesn't listen to anyone.
Then maybe you need to hire a cat whisperer.
Is that a real job?
It is. And it's another way we can describe someone who seems to be really good at communicating with animals, especially those that are hard to manage.
So they do it by whispering?
Not exactly, but the skill does almost seem magical. This term became common in the last 20 years through popular shows and movies.
So the person seems to just know what the animal needs and is able to communicate with them.
That's right.
Could it also be used to describe someone who is unusually good at calming others down?
Yes. For example, Aunt Lily is known as the baby whisperer in the family. She can rock any baby to sleep in just a few minutes.
That's a great example. So you can see there are many different kinds of whisperers out there, and it can also be used for other things besides animal.
如果你有宠物的话，不晓得你是用什么样的方式去跟你的宠物沟通呢？很多人可能不知道，有一种专业叫做 whisperer， 也就是动物的沟通师。whisper 就是轻声细语 ，whisperer 主要是用动物能够接受的语气和方式去跟它们进行沟通，听起来很神奇。专门跟猫沟通的人，你可以称呼他是 cat whisperer。如果是狗狗，那就是 dog whisperer。这取决于沟通的对象是什么种类的动物。Whisperer 也可以称呼一些很会安抚人情绪的人，例如 Aunt Lily is such a baby whisperer。莉莉阿姨是一个很会哄小婴儿的人。这就是今天的 Info Cloud， 我们下次云端见。
Studio Classroom is on the air.
Welcome back to Studio Classroom. So I downloaded this app called Meow Talk.
Oh, the one from our lesson.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see if it works. Meow. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's right. That meant I'm hungry. Okay, here we go. Meow, meow, meow. Yeah, they got it right. I'm angry.
I don't think that's how it works, Gabe. You're supposed to use it on a real cat.
Ah, right. Let's continue with our lesson.
Animal communication. The app can use machine learning to assess its translations and improve at identifying one particular cat's vocalizations. In other words, it can specialize in understanding your cat in particular. This is important because cats do not all have a shared language, but individual cats frequently use particular sounds to mean certain things. In the future, Meow Talk could connect to a smart collar that would hear the cat meow and play the translation out loud. Perhaps if the cat is outside and needs to be let in, it could even send notifications to the owner's phone.
Alright， 接下来我们来看 assess 这个动词，它的意思是评量或是评估。譬如 The study assesses the effect cell phones have on young children. 这项研究是评估手机对儿童的影响。或者是 Sean's home was assessed at $500,000 US. Sean 的房子被估价50万美元。Assess 的名词是 assessment， 例如 All new students are given an assessment test to see what grade they should be in. 所有新生都要接受评量测验，看他们应该在哪个年级上课。最后我们来看 let in 这个片语，它的意思是让谁或什么进来。譬如 Paul always lets in his dog when it is raining. 下雨时，保罗总是让他的狗进到室内。或者是 They opened the windows and let in some fresh air. 他们把窗户打开，让新鲜的空气进来。如果是 let in for something， 它的意思呢是使陷入某事。例如 When she agreed to help with the project, Joan didn't realize how much work she had let herself in for. 当 Joan 同意协助这个计划时，她并没有意识到要承担多少的工作量。All right, let's get back to our teachers.
All right, thank you so much, Jack. Now, before the break, we were talking about Meow Talk, an app that translates what your cat is saying. We read here the app can use machine learning to assess its translations and improve at identifying one particular cat's vocalizations. Okay, so I think that's why you have to make a profile for your cat because it looks at different cats and then adjusts based on a particular cat.
Okay, on that particular cat, because that's what our lesson says here. In other words, it can specialize in understanding your cat in particular. Okay, because cats don't have a shared language. Okay, very interesting. So you can get to know your cat more and more, but what this app says about your cat doesn't necessarily apply to all cats.
Yeah, that's super interesting to me. I didn't really know that before. Our lesson says that individual cats frequently use particular sounds to mean certain things. So maybe one cat uses a certain meow sound to mean I'm hungry, but another cat uses a different meow sound.
To mean I'm hungry.
Yes.
Or one cat will say meow to mean I'm hungry, whereas another cat might say meow to mean I'm angry.
Exactly.
It's kind of like people, right? I mean, some people say no and they mean no, and some people say no and they mean yes. Yeah, why not?
We need Meow Talk for people.
We need Meow Talk for people. Yeah, or in some cultures, shaking your head could mean, yeah, sure, let's think about it. Anyway, this could cross over to work for humans, perhaps. But let's talk a little bit more about that word particular, right? Because this made me think about another word, or another way to use this word, and that is as an adjective, if someone is particular about something.
Oh, if someone is particular about something, it usually means that they're picky about it.
Exactly.
Or, yeah.
So he's pretty particular about the things he eats. That means he's pretty picky. He has to have his meal a certain way. He can't eat certain things. He can eat other things. Is your cat pretty particular about the things he eats?
He's not particular about what he eats. He loves food, and he will even eat things that are not food.
Oh.
He's not particular at all.
Like a goat. Goats eat like cans and things like that.
Yeah, he likes to eat plastic bags, so we really have to watch him.
Oh, he's a goat-like cat.
I guess you could say that.
Sounds like a fun cat. I've been to your house a couple times and I've never seen him because he's too scared of, people he doesn't know.
Yeah, he is. He gets nervous if people in large groups come over. If it's one or two people, sometimes he'll come out, but he's a little particular about that.
Yeah, maybe you should take out the Meow Talk app when people are about to come over and see how he really feels about it.
Oh, that would be useful.
Yeah. Anyway, let's continue learning about this. In the future, Meow Talk could connect to a smart collar that would hear the cat meow and play the translation out loud. I'm sorry. Doesn't this just kind of make you think of all those movies that are doing that, like,
yeah,
I don't know, Inside Out or...
This actually really makes me feel a little bit nervous. Like, I don't think I would like it if my cat was walking around and like English words were coming off of his collar. Like, where are you? I'm looking for you. I'm hungry. I don't know.
Yeah.
A little unsettling for me.
Yeah. The Secret Life of Pets. That's the movie I was thinking of. Yeah. We would really know how they felt.
That's right.
As they were walking around. Of course, I already know how your cat always feels because he always is just saying hi there or howdy.
Yeah, he's just not maybe all there. Yeah. All right, well, it says here, perhaps if the cat is outside and needs to be let in, it could even send notifications to the owner's phone. That would be useful.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Kind of like, the what's that thing we learned about last month, the air tag?
Oh,
right? So you could always know where your pet is.
You could put the Meow Talk collar on and the air tag, know where he is and know what he wants all the time.
Exactly. Your animal, your pet could send you notifications. I always turn my notifications off, but if I had Meow Talk, I might leave them on.
All right, well, we have more to talk about when it comes to animal communication tomorrow, but right now it is time for us to end our lesson with a skit.
Dad, I aspire to become something really great.
Good for you, son.
Yes, I dream of being all that I can be.
It's good to have a goal.
Yes, I aspire to achieve my greatest desire.
And what is that? Do you aspire to be a famous musician?
No, Dad, better than that.
Maybe you hope to be a great writer.
No, I aspire to become something even better.
What? A famous scientist? A rich businessman?
Even better.
Oh, I know. The president.
No, I aspire to be a great daddy, just like you.
A great daddy just like me. Oh. Well, that won't be easy.
No, it won't.
Friends, I want to finish today's lesson with something fun. Earlier I shared a story about how a friend, saw the cat and heard the cat meowing and told us, oh yeah, the cat was barking earlier. And of course, the proper word for a cat is a meow, right? Well, there are many other sounds that animals make, but we have to make sure you use the correct word for those sounds in English. Because in Chinese, for a lot of animals, if you don't want to be specific, you might say like jiao, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Like mao jiao or gou jiao. Or you might say the gou jiao wang wang, right? But in English, what would you say for a dog?
Well, dogs bark in English.
Yeah, dogs bark in English. Here's a little game for us, Anne-Marie. I'm going to say some words that animals make, words that we use in English for these animals, and you can guess what the animal is.
Oh, okay, I got this. This is going to be easy.
Okay, here we
Yes.
go, friends. And you're going to learn some new words that animals make in English. The first one is chirp, C-H-I-R-P. Which animal chirps?
Birds chirp, and chicks chirp too.
That's right,
Baby
little chickens. That's
yeah.
right, they chirp. Okay, another one is croak.
Croak. Frogs croak. Toads croak too.
That's right, frogs and toads, they croak. And the croak sound they might make is ribbit, ribbit. That's the word we would use in English, but they croak. What about roar?
Lots of animals roar. Lions roar. Dinosaurs roar.
Yeah, that's right. How about the word screech?
Screech. Oh, like a bird, like an eagle maybe.
Yeah, like a bigger bird, right?
Yeah.
Here's one last one. What about a neigh? Neigh!
Oh, you sound just like a horse.
I sound just like a horse. Well, friends, those are just a few of the words that animals make and the words that we would use for those sounds in English. There are many more that you can learn on your own if you would like. That is all the time we have for today. We'll see you next time right here on
Studio Classroom.
A good friend lasts a lifetime. I am so proud to have you in my life. A good friend lasts a lifetime.